Hello everyone, welcome to Pep Coding. In this video, we will look at the sixth pattern. Let's see. This is the pattern that we have, and it is very much similar to the previous question. Here, this is for n equals to 5. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 rows. So my rows are n only. Okay, I have n rows. In the first row, let's see. In the first row, I have 1, 2, 3 stars. I have 3 stars, then one space, and then 3 stars again. In the second row, I have 2 stars, 1, 2, 3 spaces, so 3 spaces, and then 2 stars again. In the third row, I have 1 star, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces, and then 1 star. And now, as the stars are decreasing by 1, right? The stars are decreasing by 1. The stars are decreasing by 1. Now they start increasing. So I have 2 stars, 1, 2 stars, then 3 spaces. So my spaces are now decreasing. And 2 stars again. Right? 2 stars again. And in the last row, in the fifth row, I have 3 stars, 1 space, and then 3 stars again. Okay, so this is the work I have to do. You can already see a pattern emerging from just like the previous question. What we are doing is that the number of stars are decreasing by 1. The number of spaces are increasing by 2, but this is only happening till the halfway point, which is n by 2. Till n by 2, this is only happening till n by 2. This will only happen till the second row. After the second row, after here, till here, as soon as I execute this call, or as soon as I run the loop for any row equals to 2, my stars will decrease by 1 only, and my spaces will increase by 2 only. But after that, my stars will start to increase again. So here, my stars are increasing again by 1, and here, my spaces are increasing. Spaces are decreasing by 2. Okay, so let's try to write a pseudocode for this. We'll do the same work, row work preparation approach. First, we'll do the rows. Okay, so a for loop which will run, let's call this rows. This will start from 1 and this will print the total number of rows. We have to print n rows, right? But this is for n equals to 5 and we have to print n rows. Now, I've done the part for work. Let's now do I've done the part for rows. Let's do the work. What is the work that I have to do? First, I have to print the stars. Then I have to print the spaces. And then I have to print the stars again. Okay. And after this, I will do my preparation. Whatever that preparation is, I'll do it after I've done my work. Okay. For the stars, let's see how many stars are we printing actually. Here, I have 1, 2, 3 stars. In the first row, I have 3 stars. In the first row, I have 3 stars. First row, 3 stars, 1 space and 3 stars. 1 space and 3 stars. So the number of stars are same in every row, right? 3 stars here, 3 stars here, 2 stars here, 2 stars here. So you can just use one variable for both of them. What we'll do is, we can say that the number of stars are equal to n by 2 plus 1. N by 2 is 2, 5, because 5 by 2 is 2, and then plus 1. So the number of stars are equal to n by 2 plus 1, and the number of spaces are starting from 1. Right? These are my variables for number of stars and number of spaces. So I'll have in my stars, I'll start a for loop which will go from 1 So count of stars, which will go from 1 till my number of stars, and this will print my stars only. Then I'll have to print my spaces. Let's say I have count of spaces. This will go from 1 till my number of spaces, and this will print my spaces only. Okay, and then my stars again. So I'll do the same thing here. Int CST. This will go from 1 till my number of stars, and then I'll print my stars. So I've done my rows, I've done my work. Now I have to do the preparation. And just like the last question, what I'll do is, here, I will check if my row is less than equal to n by 2, because I'm working till the halfway point, right? So I'll check till n by 2, else I'm going to do what needs to be done after the halfway point. Okay, so till the halfway point, till here, my stars are decreasing by 1 and my spaces are increasing by 2. So till here, my stars are decreasing by 1 and my spaces are increasing by 2. And after that point, my stars will increase by 1 and my spaces will decrease by 2. Okay, let's dry run this. Okay, let's dry run this. Let's see. I have NST equals to n by 2 plus 1. Let's say for n equals to 5, n by 2 plus 1, this is equals to 3, because n by 2 is 2 plus 1, 3. NSP equals to 1. So let's see. For the first line, I have row equals to 1. My NST would be 3 and my NSP would be 1. So I'll do this. Let's see the code. My stars would be CST plus CST 1 to NST. So I'll print 3 stars and then I'll print 1 space and then I'll print 3 stars again. So let's actually draw the stars. 3 stars, 1 space, and then 3 stars again. I'll check this. If my row is less than n by 2, n by 2 is 2, right? Here n by 2 is 2. So if my row is less than equal to n by 2, then I'll decrease the stars by 1 and increase the spaces by 2. So this is true. I'm in this condition. I'm here, right? So I will decrease the stars by 1. So my stars will be 2. Then I'll go here. For r equals 2, let's write this. R equals 2. R equals 2. Number of stars is 2. Number of spaces are 3. Right? Because the spaces increase by 2. So I'll print 3 spaces, then 2 stars. Then I'll have r equals 3. Number of stars will be 1. Number of spaces will be 5. Because in the second row is still less than equal to 2, right? So for 2, this condition will also run. So my number of stars will also decrease. Here I have 1 star, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces, and then 1 star again. And after that, this condition will run. Number of stars will increase. Number of spaces will decrease. So 1, 2 stars, 3 spaces, 2 stars. For r equals to 5, we will have NST equals to 3, NSP equals to 1. So we'll print 3 stars, 1 space, and then 3 stars. We've got the pattern. Let's code this. Okay, we've taken the input. Now let's see the number of spaces. My number of spaces are n by 2 plus 1, and my number of spaces, let's see the number of spaces. My number of spaces is actually 1 and my number of stars are n by 2 plus 1. So my number of stars are n by 2 plus 1. number of stars are n by 2 plus 1, and my number of spaces are 1. Okay, then I'll run a for loop for my rows. This row will go from 1 till n and row plus plus. Then I'll do the work for stars, then spaces, and then stars. And after that, I have to do the preparation. So first I'll do the stars. Let's write a for loop. This will be count of stars. It will start from 1, go till NST and then CST plus plus. And then we'll print the stars. Right, we have this for loop. We'll copy this. Let's write it like this. Right, for spaces we will have CSP. This will go to, from CSP till NSP and then CSP plus plus. Then we have to just print the spaces. I printed the stars, I printed the spaces, I printed the stars again. Now I have to do the preparation. The preparation is, if my row is less than equals to n by 2, then I'll increase my, what I'll do is, my number of stars are decreasing by 1 and my number of spaces are increasing by 2. So the number of stars are decreasing by 1 and the number of spaces are increasing by 2. Else, my number of stars will increase by 1 and the number of spaces will decrease by 2. Okay, this is my preparation. After that, I just have to go to the next line. This is my code. Okay, I've written this code. Let's run this. This is accepted. Let's submit this code. Okay, it is submitted. So this was the right answer. I hope you understand this question. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.